Hey guys, today I want to do a quick video on why you should go to a conference. That's going to be my argument. Why you should go to a conference, because we just got back from a conference and it was amazing. 14 hours on the grind, and I'm not very good at like sitting. I was never good in class. I couldn't sit still. I never had I don't have ADD or ADHD or none of that. But I just don't like to sit. I like to be moving and active. Even when working from the house, I always get up and take breaks, and I'll go wash dishes or make food or take the dog for a walk or walk around the neighborhood. So, but at any rate, sitting there, at the conferences that you'll go to, they'll have a number of different speakers and presentations and speeches. I want to become a better speaker, so that would be a good reason for me to go to a conference. But I think everyone should become a better speaker, especially if you're a business owner, entrepreneur. Even if you're an employee, if you're an employee, you still have to talk to your customers and clients. You have to talk to your coworkers. Sometimes you have to do presentations at board meetings. Why wouldn't you want to become a better speaker? So going to conferences and seeing how people speak and what they do is a great way to learn about learning how to be a better speaker. So that would be probably the number one takeaway for me. But you have to understand that there's going to be some presentations that don't resonate with you, so you're going to have to get through that. And then there's a lot of sales. Like, they host these big conferences, and they bring these big name people around because they want to sell you something. And I don't think that's a reason to stay away from it. Like, I'm not going to go to any conferences because they try to sell me stuff. Well, they have a business too, and they want to sell their products, and that's what they're doing. And a lot of them are very good at it. So you don't have to feel like you go to conferences to buy things, but I think there's other reasons to go to conferences, and there's other benefits. So for me, it's really that inspiration, it's the motivation. And I'm a highly motivated person. Like, I don't need someone standing over my shoulder or always checking in with me. And I suppose if you're an entrepreneur, that you shouldn't need that either. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. But you get a chance to see what other people are doing in different industries. So, I'm not really interested. Like, we have some rental property, but I'm not really interested in owning a bunch of houses and dealing with property managers. Because sometimes property managers, you got to deal with property managers, or you got to deal with renters. It's kind of the same thing in some situations. But there's a lot of challenges that we got to go through, and I think that finding what other people are doing in different industries will help. So there's a guy talking about real estate. I'm not interested in real estate, but it was still interesting because I want to know what he's doing in his industry, so I can take some of his knowledge and use it in our industry. So, and then there's other things like, what else was there? There was one presentation that was really cool. She talked about decoding your customers and your customers, but it works in every relationship, any type of relationship you want. So if you want to have a more meaningful relationship with your family, which I think most of us should, then you can kind of decode and see what everyone has different personalities. She mentioned that there was 4 different ones. That was one of the favorite ones for sure. There's another guy. There's a couple other guys there. One guy was like, he kind of joked how he was like The Rock lookalike. He did look like The Rock quite a bit. I forget his name, Sanita. Probably butchered that, but he was very inspiring. I don't even know if he had anything to sell after. There's another guy that was Tony Robbins' #1 coach, and these guys are like peak performance types of presentation. So they teach you how to be a better person. What's up, John? They teach you how to be a better person. They teach you how to run your business at a higher level. So my argument today is for you to go to a conference and be inspired by other people in your industry. And it doesn't have to be in your industry. You can go to a health and fitness conference. You can go to a construction conference. You can go to a home and garden conference. I don't know. There's always people that you can meet to make connections. There's always presentations that you can learn from. And if you are open-minded, and if you have the ability to learn in any situation, then you're going to benefit from it. So we were gone all day. It was a 14-hour grind. There was presentation after presentation. I didn't love sitting there after a while. I didn't love sitting there for so long, but we did a great job of packing food and staying alert and awake. There was actually someone sleeping behind us. And what's interesting to me is the food that people were consuming. And as an entrepreneur, you have to be like mentally clear all the time. You always have to, because there's always something going on. You have to be self-motivated. You always have to be moving and thinking and on your feet and on your toes. And there was someone eating like a big old pizza on one side, someone was eating a hamburger on the other side, and then someone was eating chicken wings on the other side. And we're sitting there like in the cafeteria with our own food that we brought, and we were eating. And I was like, what? Like, I didn't feel like, I don't feel like those other people felt like they didn't feel embarrassed they were eating chicken wings or a burger, which is fine. And I think it was the other way around. It was like us, like, oh, like we're the only ones that brought our own food. So that's just something, just a little tidbit for you there. That, I mean, you gotta be mentally prepared. You have to be sharp to sit there for 12, 14 hours. Like Tony Robbins has like all day events. I really want to go to some of those in the future, but you have to be awake. Someone was sleeping. What are you doing sleeping? There's tons of people on their phone, like clearly a waste of time for those types of people. But if you were there to learn and to be inspired and to gain knowledge, there's no better place to go. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Go to a conference, find a way to learn from other people. And it's funny today, like today I have like some messages in my inbox I don't want to deal with. I have some social media comments that I don't want to hear because they're not all positive, and it's like an onion sometimes. Like you peel off one layer and there's more and more. Don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about comments or questions. I love all that. I'm talking about people that are less than supportive, or people that ask questions that don't really want to answer. They just want to take up your time. And that doesn't, like, after, like, there's a couple of guys there that claim they were billionaires, millionaires. They were selling these products and services. But, I mean, we want to get to a level up here. So I think like you have to get past those problems that are down here, like those little issues, or people like feel like it's like a mosquito or like a gnat. They bother you, but you can turn that mosquito into a big giant grizzly bear if you allow it. But if you understand that those are just little tiny problems that aren't even problems. And so today I kind of looked at my long list of things I have to do from kind of being away yesterday, and I was like, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter, that's not going to get me there, that's not going to help me get to a large speaking stage, or more guest appearances on television, whatever it is that we're working on, or more radio stations. Like, that's not going to help, and worrying about those issues isn't going to make a difference either. So going to those conferences and being surrounded with people that are inspired and want to grow and want to achieve, that gives me inspiration, and it gives me an understanding of stop worrying about those little things, because they're not going to do anything for you. They're not going to help you out. And then just learning and seeing that there's a process and there's a way to get on stage. There's a way to run your business. There's a way to talk to your customers or whoever that is. Like, you can be there. You can achieve. All those people got there. Like those people that were presenting, and I'll be there without question. Just going to take a little more time than I would like, but I'll be on that stage because people got on that stage. How did they get there? They got there through hard work, which is probably another main takeaway, is that everyone talks about grinding it out every day. It's funny to me how many entrepreneurs talk about like quick fixes, or, oh, it's only going to take me a few years to get to the top. Like, the top people in the world, it took them 10, 20, 30 years to get up there. So why do we think it's going to take us a few years? You got to grind it out every day. And if you're not willing to be on that constant grind, it's not going to happen. Like, there's no question. There's not one single speaker that wasn't flat broke or didn't come from nowhere, where we all started. No one was handed a silver spoon. No one was given a couple $1 million that says, here, go run your business. It doesn't happen like that. So those are some takeaways for you. I hope that helps. I hope you're inspired to go do something, go be someone, if that's what you want to do. If you don't, if you're happy 9 to 5 and you want to go home and forget about your work, I mean, go do it. There's nothing wrong with that, without question. But if you want to, you gotta work. You gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the time and effort every single day. And I wasn't all that motivated earlier in this week because it was just like rejection after rejection, and it was like, when am I going to get a break? But I'm not going to get a break. There's no breaks. It's not going to happen. The breaks are going to come when I've grinded for enough years that I can get to a place where I'm a bit more content, I suppose. But I'm hungry. I want to excel. I want to succeed, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. John says instant gratification isn't real. Hard work, dedication, and routine. Without question, John, 100% on the same page. I want to let you guys go, but go to a conference. Sign up for a conference. I'm telling you. I think it was cheap. We paid like $35, I think, to get in. Of course, there was parking and there's gas and it's a whole day off work. So it's not like it's just cheap, but you can go and spend $500. You can spend $1,000. You can spend $50 just to get in, just get in the door. And I was actually so inspired that I signed up for a bigger package. And it's kind of hard for me to spend money as an entrepreneur. Like, you never know when money's coming in. Like, we don't have a steady paycheck. So I did sign up for a bigger package. I was super inspired. And I want to make some changes in my life. And I want to succeed at a higher level. So I thought that would help me get there. So more on that later. More details about my book is called Random Thoughts for Business Owners and Entrepreneurs. If you're interested, hook me. I can hook you up. Just send me a message. And I do want some one-on-one coaching as well if I can help you out. Get you on the next one.